Hello, my name is Trisregistus, and this is part 3 of the Satisfactory Alpha Test Weekend that I'm giving a go. Last time we discovered that the tech tree, what's unlocked... Oh. Yeah. Why is that locked? Oh, we can do some scanning. Okay, this is the scanning. So if we pop in a power, can we keep? No. Why is that? Oh, begin analysis. No. Is that because I've not got it in my inventory? Let's see if we can do that. So the thing I'd actually quite like to do is scan that one. If I can. No, alien carapace. Input one. There we go. Begin analysis. So it's going to take 10 minutes to analyse that, or the best part of. Okay. I am still puzzled as to why I cannot configure hub terminal. Done all of them. Already unlocked. Active milestone. Total parts received 0. Ah, space elevator. Huh. So I should build this. I'm going to need 400, 250 of them. Wow, okay. So, lots of stuff. Okay. I didn't actually explain what I was thinking there. I sort of changed my mind a bit. It was my expectation that I would play through a really big chunk of this. Excuse me, just taking a drink there. I would play through a really big chunk of this this weekend. I might put that on standby. And then should we just let that process? So what I'm thinking is we turn this on. So we can get some of them underway. So how do I... the space elevator that I'm supposed to be making. Fund resources to complete project assembly. Completing stages here allows you to unlock later tiers of milestones in the hub. I see. Right. So what I'm thinking is we want to go and set up over at copper to make wires, basically. So to do that, I'm going to need to build a miner. So I'm going to need a miner. Got everything there, haven't I? So I got one of them, and I got one over there. If I need two, I don't think I need two. What else am I going to do? I'm going to need to build a biomass thingy, I think. So I'll need more wires. Got loads of wires there. I should probably take some of that with me, and I could take the copper ingots because we're going to be processing them, and reinforced stuff, and I might as well take the useful. It looks like we are expanding our inventory, by the way. Iron ore. Am I going to need more concrete? Might need more concrete. Should we make some in here? So let us change the recipe. Concrete. I know, no. And I didn't bring the limestone with me. Genius. Oh. So pop that in there. Yeah. So what I'm thinking is this episode I try and build the space elevator, because that's just a production challenge, I think. And effectively, I'll call it there, and I'll leave it. I'll do this as a let's try series rather than a full-on let's play, I think. And then I'll maybe do another series when the game goes into early access or something like that. I just don't think I've really got the time this weekend to properly play the game fully through. So I think I've probably got plenty for making. How much concrete have I got now? A bit more, I think, probably. Set this up. Something akin to it. We'll have lots of copper ore in these jobbies here. So if I do that, pick it up. Go to that, pick it up. The inventory is not quite full, but what we can do is with production micron miner, and we want it facing this way probably, something like that maybe. Maybe that direction, and we go up the hill there. Why won't we build it? Why don't we build it? Because I'm stood in the machine. I am the proverbial ghost in the machine. So, we can then build the... where's the power? Power biomass burner. Perhaps put that here somewhere. Where's the input to the biomass burner? Let's plot that down there. Okay, and E to configure biomass burner. We want to put biomass in it. And then want to connect it with a wire to our miner. Does that work? Oh, there we go. Cool. So we can then put the petrol machines on the top here, maybe? Or should we put one... Yeah, let's put a smelter there. Not sure we're going to be able to do this. So smelter where? That way. Maybe put the smelter there. Or at the top here, maybe? Yeah, let's put the smelter there. I don't want it facing... I want it facing so it's relatively easy to get in. Put the smelter there. And then a constructor. So there, maybe? Okay, so then we want some belts. 3. I'm assuming belts automatically orientate themselves, so that's the in, isn't it? So if I make that, that's not going backwards, is it? No. Automatically does it. And we then want to connect that to there. We then probably want a power pole, maybe? How many power connections this can have? Can't connect more lines to this connection. Okay, so we need to get rid of that power line and then put in a power pole. There maybe. And then the wire there. Oops, there. There. Take one up to the top here maybe. Have I got enough stuff? I don't know. One to there. So it doesn't have a recipe. Make copper ingots, please. We'll stick a load of copper in there. Can't do. And I might as well chuck the copper in here. Can't do. Just filled it. Okay. So that's then, what am I going to make with this copper? I'm going to make wires. And then, I guess we've got over 3 on there. So I could, actually, 1, 2, 3, take that off. And then connect that there, so that's got 4 connections there. So then we can make another constructor if we've got the materials. Can't afford yet, so I need iron plates. Because what I'm thinking now is we perhaps, now that we can build actual thingamies, because we've got another big sort of iron thingy up here, and I perhaps connect it to that machine, and we have 2 on the go, mayhaps. I don't know if I can build. Can I build a miner? Can. I keep holding down the middle mouse button. Okay, we want belt to go here. Oh, bit of clipping through the rocks. I'm not too fussed about that sort of aesthetic realism. Yeah. Because what I need to do is set up some storage bins, I think, so that I can produce in large quantities. So let me explain what I'm sort of thinking. I'm basically thinking we set up a production facility over here that is focused on copper, and we get it to produce copper ingots. So I want to put a load of them in there. Okay. So that's actually stuffed with ingots. This is then producing wire, which stacks to 500, which is a huge stack. Can I put more in there? Nope. Okay. This then connects to another constructor, which makes. Let's just check again. To build our space elevator. Oh, we need wire. We don't need. I thought we needed cable. Okay. In that case, we will make a. Is it under logistics? No. We've got storage anywhere. Organisation, storage container. There you go. So let's make a. Right click rather than rotated. Okay. So we'll pop this. Oh, I'm going to move this over out of the way in case we decide to we want to put a. Why is that not rotating like that? In case we do want to put another construction thing in there, that's giving us plenty of space. I am going to have to use a lot of iron plate then to do this. Oh, now about my snap to conveyor hole. What did I say? Oh. There you go. So this will then store up our copper wire, and it's just going to go forever, isn't it? Is there no way for me to limit that? Doesn't look like it. How much do I need? Do I need a ridiculous amount? I need 1,500, but they stack to 500, so I only need 3 stacks. This is a bit like playing Don't Starve, where basically you just sort of hold down space bar. Big chunks of the game. I love Don't Starve, but to some extent there is an element to it that it is sort of the space bar game, because you can just sort of hold down space bar and auto do almost, certainly collection. So it becomes a sort of a bit mindless. As I say that from a place of great affection. Don't Starve. What's this over here? Oh, that's limestone. Why did that not appear on our thing when we... must have tons of biomass by now. Okay, so let's get over here. Get over here! And stick all of these leaves in the hole. Grab all of that biomass. So we want to be going back with something like 500 of your biomasses. What I'll do is I'll manually process the wood. So take 2 stacks over. Because one of the things I'm wondering is if we can do the old trick like you can do in Factorio, where you put things in the storage container and it effectively blocks off the contents. Eventually, as I understand it, there's going to be vehicles in the game, so you wouldn't be running around like this, I don't think, too much. And I could, of course, have run a great big line, conveyor line, over to here. So what I need, because I'm going to need 3 stacks, so what I'm thinking, you see, is we split some of these up. Because I could just leave it running, you know, but my thought process is something along the lines of there's only going to be so much biomass over here that's only going to run for so long with that biomass. So I'd rather have it a bit more sort of controlled rather than just spamming stuff out. Yeah. So we'll just leave that running. Which is the other things we need for the space elevator? We need 400 rods, and so what I'm thinking is we make another container here. No, rotate it, and maybe if I put it there, controller is snapped to grid, isn't it? There-ish. Because I don't know if I can put multiple things in here. No, you're not liking that. Because I know you can get, I was going to say splitters, but I guess there would be joiners. No, it won't let me put multiple things in there. So if I build another container, it'd be good to have a copy paste key like having. You know, the eyedropper thingy. Where is the line-up point? Oh, it's there. That. Now, I've got that of iron plate. Okay. I built a miner, didn't I? But I didn't hook it up in any way. Power. I didn't. So I need to get some power going. Can't connect anymore, okay. So that's going to there. This is the one without any demand on it, isn't it? So if I... No, don't want to configure it, I want to. Oh. Floor is too steep, wire is too long, floor is too steep. Let me put it on the top there. It looks like I could just connect it, couldn't it? Okay. So this one's running, and this one's running, and that one is producing stuff for this. Is this running? That's on standby. If I flick that to power, am I going to be maxing my power? No. It's on a different circuit though, isn't it? It's on this circuit. Ooh, we're not far off there. there we go. I'm wondering if that is too much. And it is. So we need to disconnect that power line. And perhaps connect it to... Oh, no. Okay, got that. No, no. That's already what? So which one did I disconnect? I am confused. I definitely disconnected a power line, didn't I? That's still going. I disconnected a power line. But I've ended up with it still disconnected. With it still connected. What? I think what might have happened is it's auto-connected itself. Maybe? So what I'll actually do, yeah, I'll connect that there, but, so that one, what have I done here? Let's take them all out. So if I now connect this, is that going to be in line? Oh, and that's part of your problem. I can't connect. It's quite limiting, isn't it? The number of power things you can have. That to there. And connect this to there. And connect that to there. Right? Now with this one, we want to place a pole here. So we can then connect that to that. Oops, connect that to that. That to that. Connect that to that. Right, let it run for a little second. So command is not met. So that's quite close, but it's fine. That's what I'm taking that to mean. Fill this back up. So did this analysis complete? The analysis of alien cameras is complete. Please choose a new specimen in the list to begin a new analysis. Well done.
Additional samples are required for R&D to continue developing a defense-oriented blueprint. The creature has been named Phacocoirus plumiuscata, or fluffy-tailed hog.
Fluffy-tailed hog. So what it's saying here is what? I need more? I mean, I've got more. Whoops. So, what? I can pop that in there? No? That in there? Oh, I need 10. Wow. Okay. How can I not? Yeah. Should we do the berries? No, I've got loads of berries. Does it need multiple berries for the first berry? It'll let me do berries now that I've already put one in. Yes, it will. Can I put flower petals in? And I can probably put all of them in, can I? So if I just stick that. Oh no, not berries. Done berries. Stack of that. And the power nuts. Stack of that. So I can put them in. Oh, it needs 10. I'm going to get another 9 petals, got loads of petals. So I need 9. Pearl nut? Did I put the pearl nut? Beryl nut? No, I didn't. Petals. So, should we do them first? Begin analysis. There we go, that'll do. Okay, so how are we doing with stuff? We've got 56 plates. We've got... Ooh, nearly... Oh, well, we're sort of kind of done, aren't we? Needing any more of them. So that is all of the thingy we need. So shall I stop that going? I might pop this on standby. Pop it on standby. So they can process through, you know, use up the stuff. Okay, what else does... Right, oh, why do you keep splitting things up? What else do we need? We need 500 concrete. Okay. I need 400 rods, not 300. Of course I'd get that. I do need loads of iron plate there. What I could do is switch that to iron plate and that's done instead. So I've got 100 stacked up. Make loads of rods. Okay, the thing we're not producing is concrete. So I've got loads of biomass now again. What we'll do then is we will go over and see how much copper we've produced, and then we might just move that machine to there. So we're a way off. What we need to do is set up another outpost over here with okay, so I can't actually make, I don't think, a miner. Missing a portal miner, but then there's a portal miner here. Pick it up and pop it down. Miner. And set that around. Similar arrangement, I think. If I can make a portal generator, a biomass burner rather. Where's the connection? Pop this here somewhere. I'm thinking same basic idea again. We do a sort of chain, except this one's simpler, isn't it? Because we just need one production. We need one. Oh, we just need a constructor, I think, don't we? Storage. Cut this up. Oops. This obviously has no power, but the recipe we want to do is simply to make concrete, isn't it? And you just pull in limestone. So, all I have to do really is connect these loads up, really. Oh, I can't, can I? I keep forgetting that. That's really, no, there we go. chuck a bunch of biomass in, get it going. What we can do in the meantime is pop this in here. Can I do the factory thing? Putting in I can. Okay. So that'll produce us a load of concrete. Really we should do the same biomass thingy to sort of make sure it doesn't overproduce and burn through all the stuff unnecessarily. These trees and stuff. We've not really gone very far, have we? Haven't really explored around. I mean, I'm assuming these are limited resources. Doesn't seem to have anything indicating we are. I don't know if it's more along the lines of sort of space limitations are more of a problem. So as in, you know, we can only put so much stuff here. You know, you can only put so many of these miners on, so therefore you can only support so many machines, blah 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 blah. I don't know if it works more like that. Anyway, so we are doing biomass here. And we will take the required copper cable back with us. Might as well have that. So, we've now got enough copper cable for our SPAC elevator. And it's really got enough rods, haven't we? We need 400 of these for the actual elevator. Yeah. And then having 88 is no problem with me. So I can switch this to iron plates. This is plates. Okay. Because we are short still, I imagine, with iron plates. It's given me all those ingots. I don't really want. I'll pop them in here. It'll just spew them back out again, I'm sure. Research must have been done by now. Choose a new specimen in the list to begin a new analysis.
Paleodictyopora berries or pale berries added to object scanner catalog.
Does that mean that research is complete or what? I don't know why I can't select them. Should we go with the petals? Might as well do the petals. So I've now got everything bar the concrete. And we've got 16 concrete there. How many concrete am I going to need? 500, is it? 500. So what I might as well do is empty my inventory. So how are we doing? 59, 60. We are literally a couple off. How full is this? That's too full. 3 more. Yes, here we go. So this is it. We have enough for the SPAC elevator. Here we go. I've got slightly too much for the SPAC elevator. So, wow, look at the size of this bugger. What I'm wondering is how far away, right, can I actually place this? Can I get up on this hill here so that I have a nice good view of the elevator of... Yeah, I can, look. Look at the bloody size of that. Wow, okay. I do like that it flies all up. It's a very lovely build animation. The elevator of SPAC. come down. Okay. If you don't know, the concept of a space elevator is this is tethered now on the Earth, and the top end of it will be in geostationary orbit. And the basic idea of a space elevator is that the centripetal force from the top end and the gravitational pull counterbalance each other. So this is essentially, it's a bit like, if you imagine, how to put it, so, just flew through it there. So I'm surprised I've not got a message come up. I don't tell me I've got a, right. Okay, is there another console? Alright, okay. Space elevator, game phase name. Tier 3 and 4. Load resources. Alright, so it wants me to send these up. Okay. Is there another blueprint? Oh, is this the same? So it takes multiple inputs. Okay. Am I able to get at the console, or have I placed that in a staggeringly dumb place? It won't let me climb on that. Okay. Ah, I climb on that. Okay. So I can't jump on the bits. Oh dear. Can I do it from underneath? Okay. Oh, it doesn't matter. There's no particular... It's not really a console as such. Okay. Yeah, but the idea is that that is, tethered effectively in space and on the planet. And the two forces counterbalance each other, and it basically then... So it can... you can use it like an elevator shaft. And drag yourself up it or climb down it. In practice... I mean, you could do it. You would need like some material like carbon nanotubes, basically, to have the tensile strength to do it, and getting it into place would actually be the most difficult thing. But in practice, the journey up and down, because of the speed you would have to, maximum speed you could go at, you're talking about travelling. What space? It's sort of 10 miles up, something like that, isn't it? And an elevator, in order to not experience, crushing you could accelerate all the way up, but it would still take like days, basically, to travel up a space elevator. But of course, you're not really. You could do a counterbalancing thing, and you wouldn't necessarily be really using very much energy. Analysis complete. So let's do the rail nut.
R&D wishes me to tell you these colored pedals are useful for two things: dating and creating color cartridges. Mandatory reminder that you are under 24/7 surveillance. The derived blueprint is now accessible in the hub.
So yeah, I assume this is unlocking things. I don't know if it's unlocking things here, is it maybe? No. So we haven't got anything particularly interesting there. And it said it in the hub, didn't it? No, I'm lost there. So I guess that's a good place to end it. Since I don't actually know how to continue, we might as well call that an episode, and essentially we'll call that a series. It's just a let's try, just to show everyone what it's about. What are my overall thoughts for the game? It's very impressive visually. As I say, I'm not sure about the pop-in. That's a bit fierce. Need some optimization there, but it's a little jarring, shall we say, moving from Factoria. I don't know that the controls or anything are bad on this. It's more that I'm used to, even though they've called things differently and different concepts going on and stuff like that, so it is different. Big move. It's sufficiently sort of similar that I'm trying to do things in a Factorio way, when obviously it's not Factorio. We've got multiple. So that's not. I wonder if those are multiple moons, or if we're on a moon. I'm not sure. Oh no, that must be a moon there. Boy, that's glowing and moving. So those must be planets. Interesting. Yeah, so I like it. I will probably buy the early access version, which is only £26.99 in UK pounds, shillings and pence. Seems like it'd probably be worth doing then. Just to look at this hub thing, it's actually locked. So even if I knew how to do it, I couldn't go beyond level 3. I believe up to level 6 will be unlocked in the early access version, with 7 perhaps coming when it's version 1.0. The speed they've moved at with the game has been really impressive, I must say. When they were giving out alpha code keys, I mean, I would say this is way beyond an alpha, and this is a very well done, very feature complete alpha, I would say. So yeah, it's very impressive. I guess the big question for me is it better than Factorio? I'm not sure it is, in my opinion. I find Factorio, the abstraction going on in Factorio, a bit simpler, but then Factorio has been in early access for 5 years, something like that. So you would expect it to be a lot more polished, a lot better, a lot more complete, a lot more in it, and that is true. My main concern here is the things I was saying about the problem with a 3D game is you don't properly have depth perception, so it can be difficult to place things. Whereas in Factorio, because it's a 2D game, that is, on a grid-based 2D game, you have no problem lining things up properly. So yeah, so you look at this here. So the grid does appear to work. It does appear to line things up. But yeah, it's a bit fiddly to do it, and I say not very good. But then it does look gorgeous. This instantly looks a lot better than Factorio. So yeah, I think it's one I'm going to follow. One I'll probably play when it's in early access. The other thing I should mention, I guess, because it's the talking point, is the Epic Game Store. I know a lot of people are still not at all happy about the whole the Epic Game Store exclusivity, that it's not on Steam. They have said that maybe after the exclusivity period it will come to other platforms. I confess it's a pain to have multiple launchers. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but equally it's not a big deal. I don't think the Epic Game Store is not the greatest, but then I don't think Steam's actually all that great. The interface is horrible on Steam, though. We've all just got used to it, we've all just been using it for so long that we kind of work around its weirdness and its nastiness and all that, because we didn't know better, in a sense. So Epic Store is lacking, but they can add things in, they can work on things. It definitely needs user reviews. A lot of games I've bought on Steam, particularly indie games, although I suppose Epic's can be curated, but a lot of games I've bought on Steam, I've done so because they had very good user reviews. So that really does need to come into the Epic Store. But in terms of the launcher and all that sort of stuff, it's absolutely no problem. This downloaded quickly, easily installed, no problems. Simpler even to a degree than Steam, to be honest with you. So yeah, I don't think, apart from the inconvenience, if the inconvenience factor is what's holding you back, then I would just get over it really and give the Epic Store a go. If you've other reasons, like you want all your games in one place, fine, but you are essentially giving Gabe Newell complete control of your game library. Steam is a private, or Valve is a privately owned company. If he suddenly decides one day to turn it all off, then your games go. And he has no obligation to refund you in any way or transition those games over. So having all your eggs in one basket is not necessarily a good thing. But I can certainly understand that feeling. I myself have held back on buying Metro Exodus because I have the other two Metro games on Steam, and I would quite like to have all 3 games on Steam, or at least together. I'm not actually fussed about them being on Steam. If there's some way I could transfer it, the first 2 games over to Epic, then I wouldn't be too fussed about that. Although I was a bit miffed that the regional pricing for the UK was unchanged. They banged on about, it'll be cheaper for players, but in actuality the UK pricing was the same, so they're making just as much money. I think they need to put their money where their mouth is, some of these guys, and if it's going to be cheaper, it needs to be cheaper in all regions for all users. So yeah, so that was a bit of a rambly rant. I would say if you're interested in a building game, Factorio maybe puts you off for how it looks or the complexity of it. Well, said that like this isn't complex, as we discovered, this is really rather complex. But if a 3D interface and that sort of thing is more appealing to you, then I would certainly give the game a look. It's not too expensive in early access. I imagine it will be more expensive when it comes to version 1.0, so you might be making a saving there, but equally you might want to hang around, watch a few YouTubers do proper Let's Plays, not like this, and make your buying decision to suit yourself. Yeah, so we'll definitely call that an episode there. We'll call that a mini-series, shall we say, in Let's Play as well. I've been Trismegistus, this has been Satisfactory. I hope you've enjoyed the episode and you might consider coming back for another one. Thanks for watching. Cheers.